Hello, welcome to episode 10 of Alabama Woodsman. I'm going to be starting a section that I'm going to call aerosynthesis. Sorry, Rex got all muddy here. But I'm going to show you how I harvested and made Chinese Privet arrows. So, as you can see, I don't mind the dog, he's strange. But here's a shaft I've already picked. And I just used a pair of pruning shears to get those out. And here is here's a Chinese Privet tree, or bush, and it is, as you can see, it's got a lot of shoots on it. And some of these are big enough to harvest, like this guy here. You can see, he's pretty long, pretty straight. So I'm gonna take out my gardening shears here. Oof, almost fell. But, sorry. Just trying to get used to this tripod. And so, let's see, there's a shears, and I'm in a creek near my home. It's not the creek where I find the peanut butter rock and flint. It's one near it. This is not more than a stream, but, so I'm just going to take this and cut it. And keep in mind, this stuff's really dense, so it's taking a good bit of force to cut it, but it's a lot quicker than just trying to saw it out with a knife. There we go. Okay. So now we're stepping down into this creek. You can see, pretty muddy. Yeah, it doesn't really run very much, but it's still a good place to come and find privet. Now let's see. We got a good length of privet branch right here, so hopefully that'll make a good arrow. So I'm going to cut it off right where these branches start to shoot off, because that's pretty much the end of the usefulness of the shaft. Oh man, this is dense. And these shears are pretty old, so. Okay, getting there. Yeah, as you can see, this stuff is kind of hard to cut, so. Okay, there we go. Got it. Alright. So this piece is probably a good 4 feet long. And the arrows that I make, I have a longbow. And so the shafts that I need, probably about 3 feet. But see, this guy is way long. But he's got a good bend to him. But we can trim out some of that, because we'll have a couple feet to work with to trim off when we get back home. So we're going to come through this creek here and see if we can find anything else that will be useful as far as that goes. So this is all privet, but that's pretty dense, and there's a lot of vines and stuff in there. Don't like to trip on those. It's not very fun, especially with the camera. So just going to continue my way up this creek. And just keep in mind that privet grows everywhere, just about. And so if you're searching one area and you don't find a good branch, don't get discouraged, because there will be plenty of other places you can look and find some. Right here's another shaft I think I'll be able to use. Sorry about all the man, I'm trying to figure out this tripod, but there we go. But here's one right here. I'm gonna cut it down now and take that home. So hopefully we'll have at least 3 new arrows. And I just want to say something. Like in the last 3 episodes I made, those arrows I made in there took 1 day, or I guess 1 full day. It took me the time to harvest them, which didn't take long at all. And then it took me like 2 hours or so to whittle down the width of the shafts, and fletch them and make them uniform, make them a pretty similar length. And one thing you want to keep in mind in arrow making is that you want to keep the shafts about the same width and the same length, because if you do that, then they will have a similar flight pattern. Because if you have arrows of varying width, they will act. Oh wow, that one is really bent. Wow, that's going to take a lot of bending. But so when an arrow is released from the bow, it has to bend around the front of the bow, or the wooden part, and certain materials do that better than others, like pin cherry, reeds, river cane, and yeah, those are just about the perfect. They bend just about perfectly. But this stuff, Chinese Privet, is a little bit stiffer, so it doesn't bend quite as well. But there are woods that are like really stiff that don't bend well, like oak, and oak also has a lot of knots and bends in it, in the grain of the wood, which make it hard to make arrows out of. But then don't use willow if you can help it, because those bend too easily, and they'll bend too much around the front of the bow. So let's see, here's a lot of good stuff here. You have to cut this video here in a minute and end it, but because Rex ran off, I had to try and find him. But let's see, well, I'm not seeing anything that catches my eye right off the bat. Might be something on further investigation. But thanks for tuning in, and I'll be posting more videos about arrow synthesis as we'll be making these arrows together. So see you again, and please subscribe and like this video, or subscribe to the channel, like the video, and thank you for all your support.